Hi, and welcome back to Celebrity Goddess Oracle. Today, as you know, I'm going to be using the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards, and we're going to be looking at the energy of and connecting into what's going on surrounding Rihanna. Now, she's been in the news in the last sort of week because she's broken off with her sort of like long-term boyfriend. Okay, and now comes the first card. And she's been apparently going out with him for 3 years. I went to see Rihanna live once in concert. Put it this way, she wasn't quite with it for the first half of the concert. I think that's a nice way of putting it. And sort of like whatever she had taken kind of wore off towards the second half. But that was quite a long time ago. And she's somebody that's had an incredible amount of intensity, of scrutiny around her. She's a superstar. I don't think it would be too much to call her that. She's definitely extremely talented, but I feel like somebody that maybe hasn't exactly sort of made made the best decisions, actually, is the way I'm going to put it. It's hard to tell from the outside. Okay, arts. And let's just look into this compassion one a bit more. So everybody has been speculating on who should Rihanna go out with next. And she hasn't really had the best run of luck, has she, in terms of her love life. We all know about Chris Brown and stuff like that, but people are saying that she should go out with Drake. So one more card, and then we're gonna look into this energy more. I don't know if you've actually seen an Instagram account. It's called Drake on Cake, and it's where Joy the Baker, if you don't follow her, you should follow her, she's amazing, writes Drake lyrics on, ices them on cakes. Just trust me, you should check it out. It's interesting. So let's connect and have a look here. Okay. There is, so let's start with I'm going to start with what I call the least obvious, but I think it's actually important. For some reason, we're going to start here. So we went back to sort of like saying that she hasn't made some of the best decisions recently and over probably a long period of time. And she's aware of this. There are people within her circle and within her life who are very aware of this and have made her aware of this. And I get I actually get a feeling of a lot of worry around this girl, actually, amongst this woman. And this is where boundaries come in here. There needs to be boundaries. She's recently, this is sort of the end of I get this feeling this is really an end. This is the end of a really bad cycle for her, actually. It might not look it from the outside, but this girl has gone through a lot of struggle, actually. She's got an incredibly privileged life, but I get this feeling of this is where boundaries come in also again, is that she's somebody who's really bold. She's really adventurous. But the problem is that she doesn't know where to draw the line, actually. She really doesn't know where to draw the line. But I feel, and there's been a number of these circumstances time and time and time again. I'm not going to say that she's hit rock bottom, because I think that's maybe a bit too much. But there's certainly times in there where it's showing that it's not been good. It's not been good. She's the type of person, if you're in a group of people and everybody was saying, oh, let's go and jump off that cliff, she's the person who would actually go and do it. She was the person that would actually go and do it, rather than saying, you know what, actually, hold on a minute, let's stop. And well, it's hard for me to say, but I get this feeling of actual, it's not a nice thing to say, but I get this feeling of physicality, you know, exchange of energy in a physical sense. So yeah, handsy, let's call it handsy, and let's leave it at that. But definitely handsy energy in here. But I feel like there's been, and this has been time and time again. But this is there is peace coming for her. You know, there is peace coming for her. And I think this is connected into this cycle here, and it's nice to see it. This woman needs healing. She needs to be around bodies of water. She's somebody that has this within her. She's got a lot. This woman has a lot to give, a lot to. But she, you know, before she can sort of reach this position that she's going to, I will come to it, because there feels like there's a dispute here actually. Right, we'll come to this. Okay, this woman needs to heal. She needs to forgive herself, forgive others, draw the boundaries, end the cycle, feel the peace and connect with nature. And this will help bring her back into her energy of being connected to the divine and being in control. But let's move on to this actually, this side here. I feel like there is a dispute, and this is professionally. I feel this is a woman that there's a question, I feel that there's a legal issue here actually in connection with her work, and that there's something that's going on where there's a question mark over whether or not there is actually, this is going to work out for her. Is this going to work for me? I really don't know. I don't know what the outcome of this is going to be. And this is the future, but it's connected to the past. So whatever the outcome of this legal situation is will determine how she feels about taking this leap of faith into the next step in connection with her art and what she does. She's an incredibly talented woman. It would be a shame if she wasted her talent. And I feel in some ways that she's not wasting her talent at the moment, but I get this feeling that she's really not living up to her potential and living up to her talent. And that's going to, and I feel this situation, this is her personal situation, this is to do with her professional situation. I feel that this has been holding her back too, and it comes back to this rhythm and cycle. This is going to end on this side, and it's going to end on that side with fairness, and this is going to allow her to move forward and to take this leap of faith and to step into this power, this divine power that she has, and this divine energy and that she has. And so there's a lot of challenges here. There's lots of challenges here, but I feel that the majority of the challenge, a lot of it is actually behind her, and we're actually now starting to move into a new cycle for her, which is not a bad thing. This is something that has been needed. There've been people around her that have been talking about this for a long time, her boundaries. There haven't been any. Like, oh, actually, okay. There haven't been any. That's the problem. I mean, most people have some, but here, like none actually, so that's good to know. Right, so we're going to connect into the animal totem spirit energy. We're going to use the Wild Unknown Spirit Animal Spirit deck by Kim Cran's beautiful deck. As you know, I'm a great lover of it. Okay, and we're going to have a look and see what comes for Rihanna and the energy around her. She is such, I remember sort of like one of her big breakout songs was Rihanna, Umbrella. And what an amazing kind of track that was. And I guess that was the Chris Brown era. Which is a shame that she's kind of even connected to and defined by him. I know it's a controversial topic because a lot of people think he's incredibly talented, and I'm sure he is, but he's got so many other issues, hasn't he? That's created so many other issues for himself and others around him. So let's hope that, oh dear, okay, no, that there's an ending and a healing in relation to that side of things too. So let's just connect into the energy here. Let's see what we can find. Okay, it comes flying out. Oh, peacock. Yep. Oh. No, peacocks are beautiful, aren't they? Really beautiful. So no, we are going to come out. Stingray. Okay, that's a really interesting card. We'll come to that as well. And you are going to come out. Okay. Right. And the crow. And actually the camel as well. Right, so 4. So as you look, you know, the peacock is actually the most beautiful part of the peacock is when it shows its feathers is as a defense mechanism. And isn't that interesting? The most beautiful aspect is also the most defensive. And this is a woman who has puts on a show. Obviously she's somebody who's an entertainer, and a very good one actually. But a lot of this is to hide, this energy is to hide what's going on, what's been going on, and to deflect really. She's beautiful to look at, beautiful to listen to, but this energy, there's weakness here. There's weakness here, and it's created, you know, it's left her, there's a vulnerability actually with this. But here's the thing, here is the thing, is the stingray is connected with the chakras and the development of the chakras, and this is to do with balance. This is a woman who needs, like I said to you, the boundaries and the cycles and rhythms and the connection to herself, the higher power, and also to nature. These are all things represented, and compassion, these are all things represented as part of the chakras and the energy that we hold here. Stingrays, there's a sting in the tail. You know, this is about strength, to be fair. Inner strength, creating that environment for yourself, creating that psychic and that spiritual and that life purpose and direction. And she's got the ability to do it because we've got the crow here. The crow is of the other world, able to see past things into the future, into the past, to have strength in that knowledge, and to be connected, the connection between the divine and the self. And if you think about it, this is connected to this energy in the chakras as well. And the thing is, this woman can overcome, but she can also go further, and she can go all the way. This is an incredibly resilient woman, right? You know, we've talked about a bit of weakness here, yes? We've talked about a bit of vulnerability here as well, right? But the stingray has a sting in the tail. You wouldn't want to stand on a stingray, and you wouldn't want to be attacked by a crow. And here's the thing, this woman can go the distance. She's got the self-sufficiency, self-awareness for all of it. We've talked about lack of boundaries here, but there is actually, she's not fooling herself. She knows deep down. She does know. And here's a woman that can and will and has overcome and relies on herself. It's not that she doesn't have support around her, because that's not what I feel, but this is the work. This woman has to do the work herself. A lot of this lies with herself individually, and her journey. So that's really interesting. I don't know the answer to the question about Drake, so shall we have a look and see? Okay. Okay, that's lovely actually. So be strong. You're stronger than you think you are, and your strength ensures a happy outcome. And this is very true. And I feel that this is really the relationship. She's not looking for a relationship actually. She's looking for reassurance. She's looking for a reflection, somebody to actually reflect back to her who she really is. But here's the thing, she knows who she is. It goes back to this camel and to this be strong, and to be the fact that she is the high priestess in her own life. And she has got all the ingredients and all of the ability to really look inside herself and to work on developing her connection, her chakras, and her connection with herself and the divine. And she will. She just needs to, there's a feeling that she needs to, and it comes back to these boundaries and all these cycles and rhythms. She just needs to step back from it. And I guess, and I feel this is just about taking time for herself, and that's what she needs to do, and I think that's what she will do. So interesting, really interesting. I hope you've enjoyed that reading. If there's somebody specific you'd like me to read, leave a comment below, and I would love to do that. If you'd like to subscribe, share, or like my stuff, that would be greatly appreciated. I do personal readings. We're all gods and goddesses in our own life, and if that would be of any help to you, please reach out and connect with me. I'm sending you all of my love. I hope that you look after yourselves and look after each other. Until the next time, take care.